Welcome back to the channel. Let's explore together. Today, we are checking out Witt Lowry. If you don't like the story, write your own. There's a lot of ways, hold on. There's a lot of ways that this title could be inferred. Could be talking about someone who doesn't like when people rewrite properties. Lord of the Rings comes to mind as a recent example of this, where everyone in it basically said before the show came out that they essentially had no respect for Lord of the Rings and needed to make Tolkien work in the modern world, even though Tolkien already worked in the modern world. So that was interesting. So you could take it that way. You know, if you don't like the story that exists, write your own and don't change it. You could take it in the way of, if you don't like what's going on in the world around you, then make some changes. I'll be curious to see where this goes. Witt Lowry's a rapper. I've heard a few of his things. And this reaction was brought to you by you guys. If you want me to react to stuff that I might not otherwise react to, you can check the links in the description for ways to do so, or hop onto our live streams where we end up recording these at times. All right, here we go. Okay, I was like, what is that acronym? And then I realized it's a song title. Gosh, that's an acronym.
Had to let go of who I thought I should be to find who I am. Don't mean to edit it one for the gram, but I mean the...
I forgot this about Witt Lowry. He has one mode in his voice, and it doesn't always work. He's always on the verge of tears. Like, I think something I've had a gripe with Witt Lowry in the past is it's almost like it's the same issue I have when you have metal that's all screaming. All emphasis is lost when you put emphasis on everything. Because if you scream every word, then the scream no longer has meaning. If every word your voice is cracking, then your voice cracking no longer has meaning. So I've never liked about Witt Lowry that he always sounds like everything he's saying is the most emotional thing he's ever said. So then nothing he's saying is ever emotionally impactful. It just sounds like he's whining. So if you like Witt Lowry, leave your hate comments below. But, you know, search your feelings. You know it to be true.
The one who needs love is fear and doubt, and only comes out around fam. See, I'm just a man, I bleed and it's red, but trying to quiet the voice in my head. Too weak to repeat all the things that it says. You're destined to slip when you live on the edge.
And if you hadn't heard that listening to Witt Lowry before, you'll never unhear it. Every single line he delivers, he is delivering as if it's the saddest thing he ever said, which means nothing he says is sad anymore in delivery, because you can't just do it constantly. It doesn't work anymore. But at least his lyricism's usually on point, and his song structure is on point.
I'm doing my best, but it's never enough. It's always, hey, when you gon' follow this up? I give up so much of myself, my art, my soul. There isn't much left in my cup, not praying enough. Don't know who to trust, don't follow for follow, I follow my gut. There is no more room for discourse anymore. It's I'm right and you're wrong, and agree or shut up. What in the fuck? What will we learn? Together we grow and divided we burn. There's over 7 billion of us on earth, and here I am talking about putting me first. And all of my hurt, like anyone cares. I have a tendency to overshare. Crazy to look at a sea full of people and still feel like there isn't anyone there. As everyone stares, I swear that I'm fine. Tears streaming out of both of my eyes. They love to see all this raw and real emotion so they can upload it online.
So I'm thinking the title, based on where we're at now, is going more towards create your own destiny. If you don't like the story, write your own. I think that's where he's going with it. So far, consider I've heard a lot of stuff from Witt Lowry that gets like really actually pretty deep, especially when he's talking about his own life. This seems a little, so far, cookie cutter, safe. He's not saying anything that a million other people haven't said, even in the same words. That's kind of what bothers me. You could do the same thing. There's a million love songs out there about the same kind of love. But he's even using phrasing and words that I've heard for this type of content a lot. So right now, this isn't going into my top list of Witt Lowry songs. We'll put it that way.
Story is mine. they took and rewrote it. They'll do anything for a click and they post it, but never with credit. My art has been less in the trends while people pretend like they own it. Okay, duly noted, they change in due time. Things that I wanted are losing their shine. Now all
that beat introduction there is interesting. That
I want is the text or to talk to my dad, but no, I'll never get a reply. And that weighs on my mind, not trying to hard, but I have to live with this.
Like an inspirational string melody build. Is he gonna become inspirational, or is the beat just gonna inspire around him?
And maybe the only real way that I know how to cope is by losing myself in the art. I said things that were harsh and I never meant.
This beat's really cool, but I'm wondering if he's gonna adjust lyrically or delivery-wise to accommodate what's happening. The production of this beat is really interesting, how it went from kind of dark and somber, now we're getting an inspirational build and almost like a club vibe to it at the same time. It's really cool the way this beat is structured, but it's almost like he's not even aware of what the beat's doing around him right now.
So many things that I wish I had done and had said before I never saw him again. Tell him that I make amends and pull back the curtain. I barely was there even when he was hurting, and I think of that and think, damn, what a terrible son. And I question myself as a person, a human still learning.
Huh. It just didn't make sense the way he went about that whole section. You would think it would have like hit into like a sing-songy vibe or a very powerful vibe, but he just went even more sad, which did not fit the tone of the instrumental even a little bit. It was so contrasting to each other. That was bizarre. I know the Witt Lowry fans, if they find this video, are going to be mad at me, but I just tell it how it is. A lot of people are like, oh, you're just a hater. I'm like, I'm not a hater. There's a difference. Haters just say crap to say crap. Everything I'm saying, you'll have nothing that you could say to contradict it, so then you get mad and call me the hater. It's fine. And I don't care if you like this, but I'm going to approach things differently with how I analyze music, and this is not working right now.
The humans still learning. No, I'll never be perfect. That's the only thing certain. Yeah. Someone mentioned the music was saving their life. They relate to it so much it hurts. And I thought to myself, I'm so glad I could help, but it's you who put in all the work. So don't give me credit, cause I'm just a human who loses himself in his words. I wonder if Steve ever thought that one day we'd be treating the nap like a church.
So like, this part's nice, wholesome, independent artist making it big kind of stuff, but again, we've heard this before. You know, I've heard Quedeca do this, I've heard NF do this. I'm trying to think of artists in a similar vein to Witt Lowry, or at least the same genre and similar sized audiences. Well, I guess NF's a much larger audience, but we've heard this all before. And I'm not feeling enough oomph as to why I should care to hear it again in this context, if that makes sense.
And hold up these content creators and athletes and artists as if they were gods. Until we decide they no longer have value, then they're thrown away and forgot. See, honestly, all that we are is a sum of our vices, our fears, and our flaws. And then at the end, we end up in a box that can't bring anything that we bought, all the things that we're not.
I liked the second half of this stanza, when you switch to the content creators, host them as gods until you throw them away, put them, then we're put in a box. So I liked that. It's not saying anything groundbreaking, but it was at least saying it in a way that felt more unique to Witt Lowry. So yeah, I mean, if more of the song was structured like that lyrically, I would probably like the lyrics more, but the delivery is still flat on that same exact playing the whole time. And so I can't attach to the emphasis or inflection points, which is a problem I've had with Witt Lowry in the past, but it's really shining through on this song because of how diverse the instrumental is. It's just becoming even more obvious that his delivery is one-noted here. And the only change he does is getting even more dramatic. But when you're starting dramatic and going more dramatic, going back to the screaming analogy, it'd be like if you started screaming and then just transitioned to screaming louder or screaming more intense growls. You're still in the same mode, and there's still not a good satisfying build and climax when you start up here. It doesn't do it justice.
Make us who we are. Nobody thought I would make it this far. Used to shoot for the sky till I realized that it had been proven that humans are made out of stars. I spill out my heart. It's all that I know. Never.
See, I like the humans made out of stars. The lyrics throughout this part I've liked a lot better.
Good at just letting shit go. Do you know how it feels to sing all that you have in your craft? To still feel like there's nothing to show. This here is a poem, a letter, a song. I don't know where in the fuck I belong. There's nothing more lonely than being surrounded by people, yet all of your people are wrong. I feel like a pawn. I feel like I'm trapped. There's people I miss I can never get back. I've been learning that life's not about how much water we have. It's about how we look at the glass. That's a lot to unpack. Yeah.
Couple of lines in there I liked. Couple I didn't. Again. So he did a nice play on the glass is half empty. I liked how he closed that. I enjoyed that play on the glass half full, glass half empty. But then he did a few more fillers that we've heard a million times, then a couple more that were true to him. So he's going back and forth. But more of the lyrics in this song have been like generic cut and paste than those that have felt truly like Witt Lowry really putting himself into it. The times in this song that he's done his own clever thing, it feels more his own or been more vulnerable, have been when I've liked the lyrics the most. But unfortunately, this beat and what he's doing on it seem to be at odds with each other, and he's also staying far too one-noted. So I think, I think I'm just going to play this out unless something different than that strikes me, because that's been my impression from the gate, and it's just kind of stayed there.
There's a jump on the track, give them all that you have, yeah. Ever since I don't know what it's like to hold back, yeah. When the story's authentic, you don't need to act, yeah. Never needed to act, yeah. There's concepts I need to explore, feelings I can't just ignore. Who cares what you do, who you doing it for? Oh my, how the tables have turned since I used to serve food that I couldn't afford. Mom and dad got divorced, mom just got remarried. For most of my life, our commitment was scary, but now I don't know. Some places you can't take a road. If you don't like the story, you should write your
own.
Own.
There you go. Nice little personal stories to end the story here. We forgot to get a thumbnail, so we're gonna have to get one in this outro area, I suppose. Here we go. Is it gonna show his face? No. All right, we gotta go earlier. All right, we're gonna find a thumbnail. Look at the camera, son. Look at the camera, son. He did for a second. That's all we need. All the quick cuts of this music video. Oh, look at him. It's like, perfect. Perfect. We'll try to scare the Witt Lowry fans away before they click, so there'll be less people yelling at me in the comments who literally know nothing about anything except that they're a fan of someone, and they take, for some reason, personal offense if someone gives criticism. That'll scare them away. Anyway, let me know what else you want to check out next. Instrumental of that song, 8 or 9 out of 10. Everything else, I don't know, 4 out of 10. Giving a grand total of about a 5 out of 10. So a mediocre song that I'll forget by morning. Take that for what it is. Until we explore again, I'll see you next time.